What's up, guys? It's Primetime Poulton. With me today, I have special guest NyRiam. NyRiam, thanks for joining us.
Hi. Thank you for having me on.
So we're going to talk about your book, Bonds. You're part of the Comicsgate Wolf Pack.
Yeah.
Werewolves are very popular right now in Comicsgate. Why do you think that is?
I know that Ethan had some kind of theory about the werewolves and zombies things and vampires. You know, that's it has something to do with years and politics. But I just don't know. I went with my guts, so
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully.
No, I'm the same way. I just told the story I wanted to tell, and just so happened everyone else wanted to tell a werewolf story too. But before we get into your backstory and talk about Bonds, if you don't mind, I'd like to share my current project on Indiegogo. It is Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch. We just started our second 30-day campaign. We're killing it right now. The first book, we hit about $12,000 for the first campaign. After our first 60 days, we surpassed that in our first 30 days this campaign. So I'm really pleased with it. So is Clint. But if you're a fan of fun comics and killer artwork, this is a book you should check out. I've said it a million times, but the team of Clint and colorist Andrew Dahlhaus, they're just fantastic. I'm going to show off some of his interior pages. Like, this is the first page of the book. If I was a kid or a teen at a comic shop and I flipped open a book and saw this, I would just be this would be a must buy for me. But just beautiful artwork, beautiful colors, fun story. For those that don't know, Sea Dog was created by my son and I, and then Codename Kill Switch is Clint's team. And Clint reached out to me, I guess, while the second Graveyard Shift campaign was going on, and asked if I would be interested in working with him. And Chase and I were developing Sea Dog at the time, so I pitched that to Clint, and he asked if he could throw in his character's codename Kill Switch. So we've got sort of a Marvel team-up vibe going for the book. But there's about 28 days left for people to jump on. 27 days. We have a variant cover by Dan Fraga. This is just a layout, but Dan will, when Dan is finished, it's going to look kick-ass. He has his guys working on it. Shelby Robertson's going to ink it. Matt Yackey's going to do the colors, so it's going to look fantastic. And then for those who missed out on the first book, or just people who are big John Malin fans, we have a reprint of book 1, and we're doing a line art variant for John's cover. His black and white artwork is just so detailed and beautiful. We thought it would be cool to throw that out there for people. But anyway, please, if you haven't checked out Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch yet, please check it out. And
it's really cool that you're doing a project with your son. I mean, that's amazing. I
really
love the idea.
No, I think my son, he's been just so surrounded by by comics and the whole comic industry. Like he went to his first San Diego Comic-Con when he was 2 months old. Yeah. So
I bet he remembers everything.
Yeah. We actually we were showing him pictures maybe like a few months ago. And there's pictures of me holding him at the booth, and I did a signing with him in my arms for a children's book I did, and he couldn't believe it. But yeah, he's been so into everything I've been doing comic wise.
Yeah, I really love this idea. Does he have like a favorite character?
Does he have a favorite character? So his favorite comic series right now is Dogman. Have you heard of that?
No. But I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, well, it's like an all ages kids graphic novel series. I think I forget who puts it out. Maybe Scholastic, but it's just ridiculous. It's so crazy. It's about a police officer got into a car accident. He hit a dog, and they could only save the dog's head, and they could only save the police officer's body. So
Wow.
they put the dog's head on the police officer's body, and now
They
he's
patched it out together.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. And so it's ridiculous. I actually enjoy reading them too. So when Graveyard Shift was going on, he had worked with me before. We did an all ages graphic novel called Pizza Tree. About it was my son's idea. It's about a little boy who plants a slice of pizza, and an evil pizza tree grows from it and starts eating the people in the town.
Wow, those are some crazy ideas.
Yeah. So
I just checked the Dogman comic.
Oh.
Just so you know, it's kind of cute.
Yeah. So yeah, Pizza Tree did really well. We actually got nominated for a Ringo Award, and when Graveyard Shift was going on, he got so into that. He was like, "Dad, I don't want to do kiddie books anymore. I want to do something cool like Graveyard
Badass.
Shift." Yeah. So
Right.
like he was reading a lot of Dogman, so he wanted to do like a badass Dogman, and that's how we came up with Sea Dog.
Gotcha.
Oh, we got my best friend Sean Aaron in the chat. What's up, Sean? Thanks for joining us. And one last thing, Leroy would kill me if I didn't bring this up. So let me share it.
Yep.
I have my own wolf project. I have a mailing list for it. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, before you do that, I just wanted to ask about that project that you're doing with your son, because I'm a teacher and I work with my students, and
sure,
and two of them are really, really big Marvel fans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like the last year, we were doing a project together where I have actually like three students, and one of them was assigned to design a clothes, you know, of a character. The second was doing a mythical creature, and the third one was designing a weapon. And I just put it into one picture, you know, under one style.
Yeah.
And then I printed it out. I even have it over here. Just give me a second. I'm gonna pull it out. Yeah. This is how it came out.
Oh wow, that looks awesome. I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna make you full screen.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Fantastic.
So it was a collaboration of my students, you know, and they did an amazing job on that.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
So I really love that you were working with your son. I mean, if I had kids, I would definitely want to do that as well when they get older, you know.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun working with Chase. So many of our memories now are involve like comic book conventions or signings that we've done. So yeah, when Pizza Tree came out, he got to take it into his classroom and read it to the class. So he was like a little celebrity for the day.
Oh.
So going back to Viking Wolf, it's my entry into the Comicsgate Wolf market. We're going to launch this right after Sea Dog goes to the printer, which hopefully be sometime in March. But you know, it's the best way to describe it, I would say, is Spawn meets Thor. It's about a wolf prince who has to rescue his father, who has been captured and taken to Earth. I'm going to flip through some of the pages. These are actually the first 4 pages. Artist Matt Dalton and Renzo Rodriguez are working on the book with me. So here's page 2. This page is by Matt. Matt is a local artist that I've known for years, and I just knew him as an inker. And I saw some of his commissions, and I was like, man, why aren't you drawing comic books? And he was like, oh, I just like inking. And I was like, no, you need to draw something. And that night I went home and I wrote Viking Wolf, and I sent him the script, and I was like, you have to do this with me. I'll figure out whatever you want. I'll figure out how to make it happen. And yeah, he just asked if we could bring in another artist to help with some of the heavy lifting. And luckily enough, Renzo Rodriguez was available. So Renzo's joining us. I've wanted to work with him forever. So Yeah, I'm super excited about Viking Wolf. It's going to be printed at 8.5 by 11 size, square bound. Um, yeah, I saw like some of the DC Black Label books they were doing in that size, and I really liked the format, Matt. So I figured I'd give my own uh book that type of look. So yeah, look for it in March. Go sign up for the mailing list on Indiegogo. It's going to be launching pretty soon.
I really like the full page, the one page illustrations that you had there.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to say, I just at one point I really loved the drawing those,
Yeah.
full pages. But on the other
Mm-hmm.
hand, that's a really big pain because you need to be so careful about the details. But on the other hand, if you're in the right mood setting, and gonna
Yeah.
start doing like a full page, it's just brilliant. It's so much fun to do it.
Yeah, no, I love writing the splash pages and double page spreads for my artists. I just kind of like write what I like to see in a comic.
Mhm.
So I have the easy work. I just write it down, and then I get to enjoy the great artwork from all the artists I work with. So
Yeah.
let's talk about bonds, and first let's talk about you, NyRiam. Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Slovakia. That's a little country in the heart of Europe. Maybe Poland or Ukraine. So these are the
Mm-hmm.
neighbors. So basically that's where I'm at. We are a little country, and we are not really much into comics. That's why I decided to reach out of our borders, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why I didn't get into comics before because I didn't know there's an option to reach out to overseas.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
We have Lord Crackhead in the chat. Hail, Lord Crackhead. Thanks for joining us. He says, Hail the mortal compass of CG. That's a nickname that Leroy gave me, and it's kind of stuck. He also says, Hail NyRiam.
Oh, hi. I already waved him when he said hi.
So you briefly mentioned it. There's really not a comic book scene where you're
Not
from?
really, not really.
No.
I remember when the COVID wasn't here, there was like maybe one comic convention, but it was always connected to gaming, and stuff like that, and it wasn't really big. So yeah, I don't know, not really too much. I mean, there are a lot of people doing art, drawing and painting. We have a really famous concept artist who worked for League of Legends, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But the comic scene is nah.
How'd you get interested in it?
Well, I've been always a manga fan.
Yeah.
I like manga. I like anime. Not really Western comics. So usually when the big crew meets up in the panel and they start talking about the Western, the US comics, I'm like, all right, I know what you're talking about. And I still remember when I came over here to Twitter in May, and I got to know the first people that had me on the stream. Dark Siders Comics and Bass Marine Comics. They were like my two first friends, and they started to throw out random names of the famous creators, like the mainstream, and even the people that operate here in Comicsgate. And I was just thinking there like, I have no clue. So yeah, I've always been interested in it, but not to the point where I just knew out of the blue what we were talking about. So usually in an artistic way.
Yeah. So is Bonds your first work, or have you been doing?
Yeah, when I was at university, I started to do a project, but I never finished it because I wrote it, but it seemed too quick. Like
Mm-hmm.
you get inspired by something you have seen on TV, and suddenly you feel like you want to do something on your own. So I wrote it, and then I left it, aside. And after a while, when I read it, yeah, it's good. It's probably gonna need some work, but that was not the story I went with, so I decided to do something completely different, and I stuck to it this time.
Yeah. Now you mentioned about reaching out to people like overseas. How did you find your way to Comicsgate?
That was also a kind of funny story because when I started with Bonds, that was somewhere in April, May. I was told that I need to reach out to people, and I didn't know how. So I started posting on Facebook, on Instagram, on Tumblr, and that's when I got to Twitter. And the first time I got to Twitter, I was like, hell no, no, I can't do this. I don't know how the hashtags work. I don't know how Twitter works. I'm still up to today's date. I'm really pissed off about the amount of text you can put into a tweet.
Yeah.
That's but at some point, I've been to Twitter. I had like 50 followers for over 2 months or 3 months, and I posted artwork daily, and nothing happened, and I didn't know what I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't know what happened. Suddenly, I came across these two people, and they taught me how to do it right.
Yeah.
And I started to do it differently, and suddenly it started to snowball little by little, and then I met the right people, I suppose.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much how it works. Networking, get your name out there, and soon, you start with like 50 followers, and then it just keeps adding up. But when did the idea for Bonds first come to you?
It was the beginning of 2020. I already had a story that I knew I wanted to start to make, but what really pushed me over the edge was COVID. That's funny thing, because many people claim that COVID just ruined their life. I have to say that it improved mine, because suddenly I realized that what I've been doing with my life is not something that I really wanted to do, and that what I've been doing since then is something that I really enjoy doing. So I started to draw that story, and I drew all day, every day, ever since I think April. Yeah, in April I started doing some concept art, some drawing, some sketches, some designs, and then I started to do the actual comic. And really, I drew a page or two every day. During the summer break, I think I had 2 or 3 days that I didn't draw at all.
Yeah.
But the rest days I always drew something. So that's how Bones, came to life pretty quickly. We have to say, I have to say, because it's 72 pages done in about 4 months.
Yeah. No,
So,
I mean, a lot of people have complained about 2020 and COVID. I feel a little guilty, because 2020 is probably like the most productive year of my life. I feel like comic creators were sort of built for this quarantine. Just put our heads down and get our projects done.
Yeah, and also, I already mentioned that I have a day job, and what really helped was the fact that when I stayed at home, the time that I usually spent for transportation, that kind of was a time I could put into drawing, and also, since the COVID hit, the traveling by buses and things like that, it got weird. So I had to learn how to walk, and every time I walked to work and out of work, I always listened to music. And there were so many just, scenes from the comic opening in front of my eyes, like a movie. So I decided, and that was like a real motivation. Okay, I need to hurry home because I need to draw this. So it helped me.
So I still work my day job as well. How do you manage your time? I always say, like, the most important thing for a comic creator is time management. You have to have that work ethic to make sure your work gets done. How do you make that happen?
Well, after some time over here, I gained a nickname Workhorse, and I'm really proud of that, because that's one of the things I'm really proud of, is this work ethic, because I work on schedules that I set myself, and the 99.5%, I really, really stick up to them. Sometimes, things happen when it comes, for example, to health issues, or I don't know, I didn't sleep well, that I'm tired, and I just don't want to push it. But most of the times I just do it like that. I go to work, I work as much as I can. Sometimes I need to work even, overtime. But I mean, this is my working space over here right now. So I'm just teaching from the same place that I draw. So it's really easy.
Being a course, is a great thing. I've always said you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have that work ethic to execute your talent, it's can be a lost cause for getting projects done. So
Yeah, there's a quote like hard work beats talent when the talent doesn't work hard.
yeah, there's like a saying in comics: you can be good, you can be on time, or you can be a good person. As long as you have two of those covered, you're going to always find work. So you seem like a good person, and you seem like you have the work ethic. Plus, you have talent, so you're triple threat.
Wow, I've never been told that I'm a threat before. Thank you.
Let's dive into the Bonds campaign page. Let me bring that up. So before you tell us about it, should I play the trailer?
Yeah, it would be nice. But before we play it, I would once again like to thank Red Gaze, who made this trailer, and also he helped me with the campaign because like I already mentioned, I'm from Slovakia, so Indiegogo isn't supporting my country, so he was really kind to help me set it up. That's what I always say it in every stream that I go to, because there is Philadelphia written over there, and people get confused when I say I'm from Slovakia. So I need to explain this, and it was really nice from him to, help me.
Yeah, no, I actually that's what I figured was going on, because I saw the Philadelphia and I was like, oh, I'm only 20 minutes from Philadelphia. So. All right, I'm gonna play the
We're
video.
neighbors.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great video.
Yeah, amazing job.
Yeah, Red Gaze did an amazing job. Did you have input in it, or did you just let Red Gaze, just?
When we were doing the mailing list, I was really nasty to him, and I thought that he would, refuse to do another trailer for me because I was really bad to him. And yeah, then I just, I went like, okay, so here's the material for number 2, and just do your thing. And he did amazing job, and I keep telling it on every stream. He put such a deep thought into the trailer that I believe that when people who backed it gonna read the comic, they get to the very very last page, and then they rewatch the trailer again, they're gonna understand what he meant, and I really love that part.
So as Sean says, fantastic art. He's just spelling the way he talks. He's from Jersey too. He has a Jersey accent, so he says "ot." But yeah, the artwork is fantastic. So what can you tell us about the story?
Yeah, the story is apparently about werewolves, but I keep saying that as well. It's not your typical werewolf story, where you can see the lycanthropic form of werewolf being the badass and dangerous monster fighting, this is more like a spiritual thing, maybe a little bit. Yeah, they are badass, they fight, but they are shifting into wolves, like real wolves. And they work as a pack. They have their own hierarchy. They have their social system, families, lives. And when they're in their wolf forms, they're like us. So it's gonna be a little bit like that. And as you can see from the cover, it follows the story of a 15-year-old girl. Her name is Lena Jensen. And when she was a kid, she lost her parents during an attack, during a war between werewolves and human race. Her parents were formerly the alpha and the Luna of the pack, the highest ranks. So right now, she just what to say? She's growing up. She has only her grandparents. She has her younger brother Jesse. And during one scene that's also portrayed in the comic, during a funeral, she noticed that her baby brother he just started to cry. He was a baby. He didn't know what happened, so he started to cry. And she tried to, calm him down, that everything is gonna be okay. It's cool. And there was this instant connection that happened between them. And that's when she told herself, all right, I'm just gonna work my best so nothing bad happens to this little man. I want to keep him safe. I want to keep everybody safe. I don't want any wars or fights to ever happen again. So that's her motivation to become, the alpha of her own pack. And that's going to be kind of trouble because there were very, very few females that actually managed such a position. So first she needs to learn what it means to be the alpha. And that's the story of this book, because it's the first part of multiple series.
Right.
And I decided that I don't want to shrink the story at all. So people are going to get everything, all details that are connected to the story. And I think they will like it.
Very cool. We have Leroy in the chat. Hail, Leroy. Mark is super sad because he didn't see me in here. Isn't he, Jeremy? I'm glad you're here, man. I hope you were here at the beginning. I showed off Viking Wolf just for you, first 4 pages. So if you weren't here, you'll have to go back and watch the replay. But thanks for joining us, Leroy.
Oh, yeah. Leroy, for his defense, he really said that you would bite his ass if he didn't do that.
So how many pages is volume 1?
72, and volume 2 is already being prepared. I show that in other streams so people can believe me. I already thumbnailed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the complete 72 or 78 thumbnails are done. So right now, oh, okay.
Sorry. Wow. Very cool.
Yeah, so as long as, there's another project that I was mentioning earlier. I'm working with Red Gaze on his Sunstorm comic. So when I finish that comic, I plan to jump into volume 2.
So is volume 1 already done?
Yes, it's finished.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
I'm just doing some minor retweaks because I started doing it with our European format that's kind of wider and longer than US standards. So I'm resizing the comic. Few pages are left to be done, and I also decided to drop the borders, to drop the margin. So it's gonna be full bleed.
Nice.
So
here's a splash page that you did. Great job. So you said that these splash pages kind of stress you out?
No, they don't stress me out. That's what I kind of wanted to say. That if you are in the right mood, it can be a lot of fun. And this is the one that I spend a lot of time doing, because this one in particular kind of gave me pain till I figured out how to draw the wolf in the correct perspective and so on. But in the end, it worked really well. It was fun.
Looks great. Hail, Todd. We got Todd's Truth in the chat.
Hi.
And Leroy asks, any plans for color in future books?
Honestly, I really dig the manga black and white style. if you can see, for example, how it's shaded when it comes to the body in this particular picture, it's cross-hatched, really detailed. It's almost like shaded black and white. So I think I don't know. I really don't plan to do it in a colored version, but I plan to offer people like colored prints, to compensate a little bit. But I'm more into black and white manga style.
Yeah, no, I think it looks fantastic in black and white. Yeah, the artwork here is incredible. So this is all done. I'm really impressed. So when this campaign ends, it should be a pretty fast turnaround for backers, right?
Yes. It's also mentioned in the perks. I think it says July 2021.
Yeah.
Because right now we're doing the first 30 days, then we're going to do the second 30 days. And as soon as it's going to get in demand, you can still buy it, but it's going to get to print and fulfilled as fast as possible.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, you're in your first 30 days. You've far surpassed your goal of $2,000. You're almost at $8,000. You're really kicking ass on this.
Yeah, I'm still really surprised about it because the very first time I was very little on confidence, and I was like, all right, so if I get 30 backers, I'm gonna be so happy about it, and suddenly those numbers are like, oh my god. So I'm just very happy. It's just I never even realized it could be this big.
Yeah. So was it nerve-wracking for you to launch this?
Yes and no, because like I said, I really made sure everything was prepared beforehand, and also I had a major support from my friends. I already mentioned those two, Best Friend Comics and the Dark Studies Comics, but also Red helped me a ton. Without him, I wouldn't be able to build it. Also, Vinny was there, Carla Tonielli. These people were around me, supporting me, really rooting for me so hard. So I don't know. I don't want to say that it was a piece of a cake, but
right. Well, you're doing great. Let's go over some of the different tiers. So your featured tier is the
ETA Warrior.
ETA Warrior?
Yeah, ETA Warrior. I mentioned that before because, like I said, my wolves have ranking system according to Greek alphabet. Alpha, Beta, Gamma. I also have ETA Warriors. Those are warriors, the fighters. The person who leads them is Zeta. It's called Zeta. And there are other ranks, for example, like Delta. There's going to be Epsilon. Every rank has their own meaning, so people get to know them. So this one is ETA Warrior. And with this featured tier, you're going to get the print, the copy of the book, and 2 mini prints of the size of the comic itself.
Okay.
Also, we already crossed 2 stretch goals, so you're gonna get like a trading card with it. You're gonna trading card and a bookmark. And in case you sign up for the mailing list, which was before the campaign, there's another print attached to it. So I think it's decent.
Yeah. No. So $10 tier puppy. I assume this is the digital version.
Yes, and it's also an add-on.
Very cool. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of requests for digital versions of my books. One of these days, I'm going to have to cave in and make a digital option available.
I think it's a good idea for people who the shipping is a killer.
Yeah. $25, Big Bad Wolf. I assume it's just the book.
Yes.
Okay. And that's going to be 72 pages. Beautiful artwork. Definitely make sure you check out the campaign and back. $45 Wolf Twins, 2 copies of the book.
Yes.
One for you, one for a friend, or one for you to be your reading copy, and one for you to safely put away in your collection. $75, the Zeta General.
And that comes along with a traditional sketch card that
nice.
I already prepared as well.
Oh, that's a great deal then. So it's what is it? Like $35 more than the the other tier, and you're getting an original piece of artwork. That's an awesome deal.
And then there are 2 Gamma Wolves, and that goes with a traditional art again, about a bigger size.
Very
it's
nice.
bigger than 7 to 10, I think. So that's the first one, and this is the second one. So people can even see in the thumbnails what they're getting.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So we have Gamma Wolf 10 and Gamma Wolf 11, and then looks like the rest of the tiers are sold out.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're doing great.
I suppose.
What is so you're right now you're at 7,890. What's the next stretch goal?
Okay, can you make me smaller, please?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's cool. I just don't like to look at myself.
Sorry, I completely forgot I made you solo.
Yeah. What was the question again?
So you're at 7,890. What's the next stretch goal?
Yeah, the stretch goals are in the bottom of the page. Like I said, we already got the bookmark and we already got the trading card. And right now we're going for a sexy mini print that you want to see.
Oh, yeah. Where can I
You need to scroll. You need to scroll down.
Okay.
It's in the bottom of the page. Just a little bit more. Yeah, those are the prints that come along.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, here are the stretch goals. So this is the bookmark, and
here we go.
Yeah, that's the mini print.
So that's at 8,000. You should unlock that very soon. Then at 10,000, we have another. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I was thinking of doing because people asked about the colored, stuff, colored artwork. I was thinking of adding some kind of in between stretch goal that if we reach 9, I'm gonna color the previous sexy mini print. So people can get it colored. That could be cool. And also, if we reach like more than 10K, we reach, for example, 11. I'm gonna color this one as well.
Nice.
Yeah. And then there's the 13K Madman mini comic, which I think you would be very interested in because, as you can see on the right, there are 2 panels of little Jesse, who is Lena's brother, saying that the newest issue has arrived. And if you reach the 13K, Red Gaze has written the 6-page mini story about the Madman, and we're gonna attach it to the back of the Bones comic, so you can read what little Jesse is reading in the story. So it's a comic within a comic.
Oh, that's awesome! I love that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing great. I believe you can hit the $13,000 stretch goal.
We'll see. I'm very thankful for every backer and even every person who shares the news and who talks about it, because like I said, I'm really happy about it. I never even thought that people would react this way to it.
Yeah. We got some new people in the chat. We got Skip Edwards Art. Hey, folks, I'm here because Leroy told me to be. Thank you, Leroy. Mark is trying his best to do an interview with talking about wrestling. Skip brought up wrestling is great. Sergeant Slaughter gave me a Twitter follow. He gave me a Twitter follow as well. The Sergeant Slaughter seems to be following everyone. It takes me back to the days he was on G.I. Joe. Wrestling is not great. Come on, Leroy, knock it off. Let's see.
Leroy, I hope you did it in a voice of Greta Thunberg.
Skip says Bonds looks great. Most books show I colored pages, but this one isn't waiting for color. It's drawn well enough to not require it. Yeah, no, this book looks fantastic.
Yeah, glad you like it.
Mark should give NyRiam his 90210 stare. No, come on, Leroy.
Care to explain that one?
So there's an old picture of me back when I tried giving acting a shot, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm giving my 90210 smoldering stare,
I
according
kind
to.
of thought it would be something like a smolder.
Yeah. So yeah, just go through Twitter, you'll find it. Black Rose Comics, hail NyRiam.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, this is a
Yes.
person who really shouts out everything about me. I'm really thankful to him. He's
Yeah.
awesome, manga buddy.
No, yeah, that's the thing with I found about Comicsgate. Just like some of the most supportive people you'll come across in the comic industry.
Yeah, I was very surprised by this because you don't see this in most of the areas when it comes to anything. Usually people are trying to, push the elbows and throw an elbow. It's called throw an elbow. I'm the best and I'm gonna be better than you and I'm gonna walk over you. And over here, people they are helping each other, and that's amazing. I really love that.
Yeah, no, I was in the mainstream industry for a while, and yeah, it's nothing like Comicsgate. Comicsgate, not only the fans but the creators are so friendly and so willing to help someone out.
Yeah, and not
Um,
only that, but also the cooperations that sometimes you just go into someone's campaign and you can see that, for example, the trading cards or prints, done by some other people, and that's just so awesome. So many people collaborating. I was mentioning that yesterday because we were doing a Comi Mark stream, and our little group is just cooperating together on almost everything we do. So cool.
Yeah, no, we're becoming quite a community here. So we've gone through the campaign. Is there anything else you would like people to know about the book that we haven't brought up yet?
Hmm. Hmm. Well, most of the thing that I would love to say is foreshadowing for the next series because there has been a lot of questions people have been asking me. For example, right now Alina is 15 years old, so don't expect too much of revealing, But in the later series, I'm definitely gonna show everything. So, Smolder.
So, so you put July as a fulfillment date for bonds. It seems like you could possibly fulfill even sooner with all the work being done. Do you have an idea, a date in mind for volume 2?
Uh, it kind of depends, I'm doing some little changes in my life. I'm probably gonna be moving.
Mhm.
So if everything goes smoothly and I'm gonna get my place set up again pretty quickly, I'm gonna just work every day like I used to. It's gonna be pretty easy, and I would love to finish volume number 2 by the end of 2021. I'm not going to make promises I can fulfill because that's not what I do. But I would love to. I would love
Yeah.
to. If I'm gonna be successful, then people gonna get a mailing list by the end of the year. If not, definitely beginning of 2022.
Yeah. So we're at the 40 almost 45-minute mark. Before we wrap this up, NyRiam, where can people find you online?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to unite that. On YouTube, I'm NyRiam Nova. Double. Okay, never mind. NyRiam Nova. Yeah, the English alphabet. It's just. And on Twitter, I'm NyRiam N. DeviantArt, I'm just NyRiam, and Instagram, I'm NyRiam Bones. So it's kind of complicated. I'm gonna have to unite it. But if you search NyRiam, you should probably find me everywhere. So.
How often are you on your YouTube channel?
Honestly, not really often because originally I started like that I wanted to do drawing streams, but that people can see actually what I'm drawing when I was working on bones. I managed to do a few, like 2 or 3, and also some other fun stream with friends. And mostly I do some kind of speed drawing, speed painting videos that I post there from now and then. But right now, since I have a day job, I'm working on a project I'm promoting, pushing everything. I don't really have time. So
Yeah.
maybe later.
Okay. So everyone out in the chat, make sure you go subscribe to NyRiam's YouTube channel. Make sure you go check out the Bonds campaign. It looks great. I'm actually going to back it after we end the stream.
Thank
And
you.
Make sure you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. Make sure you subscribe to Primetime Poulton, hit the notifications. And NyRiam, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me on once again.
Yeah, no problem. And hail to the chat. I want to thank Sean Arendt, Lord Crackhead, Leroy, Todd's Truth, Skip Edwards Art, and Black Rose Comics. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks.